What's going on, guys? Here, MidnightBanshi here, along with Crash Override. We are doing.
Back.
Hey, yes, he is. We're doing some ad hoc testing with our Gigabyte 990FX motherboard that was sent to us to see what all is going to work on it. This came with 3 different processors that we're testing. The one that came on the board is the FX 4100 CPU, which of course works just fine. 2 other motherboards that were sent were the FX...
Not motherboards, it was processors, bro.
Sorry. The 2 other processors that were sent were the FX 8320 and the FX 9370. So what we're doing with this testing to see if the CPUs would actually post. So what we did was we didn't really have a whole lot of room to work with, so we kind of sat a cooler on it and seeing what it would do just for minor testing. So you can turn it on to see if it'll post and then kill it right away, which is fine.
That's all you mainly do. If you leave it on longer than checking for a post, it will
it'll harm your CPU. So don't do that on on purpose basis. This is just for our testing purposes. So in our setup, we have the 750 watt Corsair TX 750 power supply. Got 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM. This is PNY RAM. This came out of the 2130 build that I had recently.
And it works.
And it works. Then we got our EVGA 650 Ti 2 gig graphics card. And the reason why we went with this is because it has the DVI out, which goes to my little testing monitor that's off to the side over here that we were using for...
That's not why we use that. The reason why we used it is because, for one, it's small. It's very lightweight. It's not a big card. Like the one that I have here that I'm letting him use, it's a fucking monster. You do not, especially for testing purposes, if you got something small, try that to where it's very lightweight. It's not going to move a lot. And
what he's talking about is this monster. This is the Gigabyte, Gigabyte R9 280X 3 gig graphics card. You want to see a monster of a graphics card? Yeah, this is.
If you've never seen it before, I'm almost done, but here you go. This is the monster. It's triple fan rad, just triple fan with the heatsink on it. Yep. So yeah, that's a monster. So
we'll be using that for once we actually get everything all set up and doing the benchmarking and game testing and that kind of stuff. But just for this purposes, we want something light, and so that's why we went with the 650 Ti.
Makes it where it basically just sits right there and it doesn't flop around a lot. So you get one fan going, it's not going to cause any issues.
Right. So we tested the post with the FX 4100 just for baseline purposes, and of course it posted just fine.
Yeah.
We went and took a look at the 9370, and it had some bent pins on it, and Crash Override worked really hard as far as getting the pins all nice and straight and put back into place. Then we got it back and we got it into the socket, but when we went to go test it, there was no post at all. I mean, we checked it again and it did absolutely nothing. There was no spin up on the CPU fan like we were expecting with the 4100, because with the 4100 it started to spin the fan really, really fast because
the processor's just getting extremely hot.
Yeah, it's just getting really hot.
Oh, I'm getting hot. It just kicks it up high speed.
So that's how we knew that there was something, going on with the 4100. But with the 9370, it did nothing. It just sat there.
Yeah.
So what we then did is Crash went and looked at the 8320, and he took a lot of time, a lot of care, and went in there and got those pins straightened up in there.
We broke 2 of them.
But we broke 2 of them, but put it in the socket, and it actually did post. So we've got 2 out of 3 working processors, more or less.
Yeah.
How well the 8320 is going to work overall once we get everything all put together is anybody's guess. This is an experiment to see what is going to work and what isn't going to work.
Well, if the 8320, if it starts messing up, you can always throw in the
we can always put the 4100 back into it.
At least give that a try, make sure everything's working fine. But at least what I'm guessing is everything should be fine. Those could be just blank pins that do nothing. If they're data lines, normally the processor would never post at all. It would do nothing.
Yeah, so it's hard to say what will actually happen at this point. I need to get some drives put together with Windows on them and the games and the benchmark tools and all that other stuff. That's coming up. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a little bit because I've got to get the Windows 10 license, got to get a key for it, and all that happy fun stuff.
You can just use it as a trial.
That's true. We may go that route also. We may. So we'll go down that road and see what happens. But at least for right now, it looks like 2 of the processors are actually working. So sorry, 9370, you didn't quite make it.
You were just too shitty to use.
You gave your life for testing, but alas, you were DOA. So, no harm, no foul. I mean, these processors came at no cost to me, so you know it's not nothing out of pocket for me.
Lucky fuck, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very lucky because you know this is fun stuff to do. This is always cool to be able to sit around and mess with parts and be able to see what works and what doesn't work. And I like these older platforms because they use the DDR3 memory as opposed to DDR4 because, as we know, DDR4 memory is still up in the stupid sphere as far as prices go. Whereas DDR3 is a little bit more reasonable as far as, you know, being able to get it. So we're going to run with that and see what happens. So
yep. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more stuff. And if you like this kind of ad hoc commentary type video, go ahead and smash that like button down there. If you haven't already, you want to subscribe to more random content from people like us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Also be sure to go check out Crash's Gaming Corner. I will put a link in the video description down to his channel as well. Take a look. He's got some really awesome content over there.
And I'll be putting more shit on there soon. Don't worry. It takes time, so.
All good things take time, so yep. There we go.
But when I put up a video, I guess people like it, so.
Absolutely. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and keep on trucking, and you guys keep on enjoying, and as we always say, live a little randomly each day, and
keep getting in the corner, guys. Take care.
Catch you guys in the next video.